Stellar is going to have a much larger role to play even against institutions, but for large enough institutions where it will essentially take it away from XRP. And again, this is my opinion.
Yeah. That are out there that are talking about XRP, and they're really putting the spotlight on XRP. In your research, do you see all transactions going through XRP, like most podcasters are saying? Every transaction is going to go through XRP. Do you see that in your research?
No. There's no evidence. You hear this all the time. You hear all the dollar values have to flow through XRP. It's the center of the universe, but it has very limited functionality. It basically can move money and collateralize money as you move it. So why would if I was buying a stock on the index exchange, why would I have to go through XRP? Or if I was buying a commodity on a commodity token on another ledger exchange, why would I have to go through XRP? There's no basis for saying that, and it's been said many times. But there's no basis that you could point to saying that all volume has to go through that. In fact, it's probably the opposite. If you look at the chart, I don't have the chart of the global financial system in the QFS, but you'll see Ripple is one square. And then you see the Stellar ecosystem and all the other tokens that are ISO 2022 tokens that'll be part of the system as the big bulk part of the whole thing. So it's definitely going to have its functionality, and it is an important token. But there's no reason to say that it's the center of the universe and all the volume has to go through there. That's just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. So if we move on to the topic of inflation then, because I feel like this is one of the reasons why people are...
Emily, I'm sorry, I just want to address one more thing in terms of, because all these numbers are getting thrown out by many, many different people on XRP. And as I told Jim when we've talked about this, I think the main draw is that you're talking about a token that is being said to be worth a whole bunch of money. Okay, if they said that XRP was going to go to 80 cents, I guarantee you nobody would be, there wouldn't be like all this discussion and all these videos and everything else based on the fact that it's going from 35 cents to 80 cents. Okay, so let's call a spade from the standpoint of sensationalism. There's a sensationalism element there, and that gets eyeballs onto you if you're saying that it's worth, 500,000 or 100,000 and so on and so forth. When you're valuing Ripple and people say, well, it's easy. All you have to do is look at all the money in the world. And then when you take all the money in the world, you divide it by the number of tokens. And that's your formula. First of all, there's no way anybody can know how much money there's going to be in the world or is in the world currently. You need to, and I made a little list here. You need to know the every country, the amount of currency that every country is going to have in the new system. You have to know how many people there are in the world and in each country. You have to know how much money has been taken from them in taxes, interest, and all the other things that are going to be returned to them when this SARA comes in. You need to know the total value of the commodities in every single country, both in-ground and out-ground. You need to know the revaluation level of gold and silver in order to be able to calculate it. How many people and how much currency is going to be turned in on the RV, the NAR, the ZIM, there's a whole list. I'm just naming a few things, and there's no possible way to know that right now. So to say that I know how much money, there's some people saying I know how much money there is in the world, and they've gotten it from whatever source they've gotten it, is nonsense, because there's no possible way that anybody could possibly know how much money there is in the world. And even if you did, that doesn't mean that XRP will be worth a certain amount based on that fact. That's people are relating the amount of money needed to be backed in the world to the valuation of this token. And my argument to that is, when they do back this token with gold eventually, and it does reach these valuations, none of us will own them. They're not going to back them while we own them. They will back them after they take them from us. So what's the point of looking at all these numbers and saying, you need $100 quadrillion? Yeah, that's true. but I'm not going to own it when they back it, so I'm not getting that money. What's the point? So when you come up with valuations, everybody's looking at all this money after they're back. That's irrelevant. We won't own them at that point. So, I mean, that's an important point for people to get. So I just wanted to clarify that before we moved on.
Yeah, no, that's one of the points that I've also been trying to drive home as well, because again, just, to reiterate what you're saying, when people talk about buybacks, they think that it's this and it could be this. And so all that money in between, all the valuation between, that's what's really going to trip up a lot of people because they're expecting that, but they're getting this. So, but that means
Right.
we're almost like kind of segueing naturally into the next topic, which is about inflation.